I spent $45 on a mascara, so you don't have to. Hello, welcome, I'm Hannah. I love sparkly shadows and at times overpriced staples. During the Sephora sale, I decided to allow myself to try a couple fun new things, and something that caught my eye was this Westman Atelier mascara. I chose the brown mascara. I know that's been very trendy recently and it's looked so beautiful on so many people, and I was eager to dip my toe in and try it myself. I also love this big, bold red packaging. And something that I found from comparing a lot of mascaras last year is that although big wands aren't always my preference, I'm definitely attracted to them and I feel like they'll give me more dramatic lashes. Before we dive into everything about this mascara, my lashes, I would say, are very normal and I'm looking for volume, length, drama. I tend to wear more dramatic eyeshadow, so I want a mascara to stand up against it and still show up even if my eyeshadow is vying for the top spot. I also don't wear false lashes, so I count on my mascara to do all that. During my whole mascara search that I conducted in 2023, I found that my favorites were the Thrive Tubing Mascara and the Make Waves Tower 28 Mascara. Both of them I still like, but clearly there was a little bit of a hole in my heart. There's a little bit of a missing puzzle piece that I was hoping this one would fill. So we'll see if it does. In this video, I'm going to show you my first impressions the first time that I tried this. I'll show you a couple times of me applying it, what's going through my head, some comparisons to other mascaras that I have and I love, and then we're gonna come back for my final thoughts. So let's switch over to me trying this out for the very first time. I can't believe how big this brush is, and I'm so excited to see if it brings the drama. Okay, coat one, very simple. It's a very pretty shade of brown. I did get a little bit here, which is just user error, and I'm sure the more I use it, the more comfortable I'll be with the wand. Despite how big the brush is, I don't feel like it has that much product on it, which could be a good or a bad thing. That's kind of yet to be seen. We can see 2 coats compared to 1 now. It definitely did amp it up quite a bit, but not quite as much as I want my mascara to yet. Now we can see coat number 3 compared to 2. It definitely did add a little bit to it, but I still feel like each lash doesn't look as voluminous as I want it to. And I specifically remember the signage saying that the 3rd coat is what brings the volume. I never do 4 coats, but here is 4 coats compared to 3. And 4 coats actually did add on quite a good amount of length. I don't know, I kind of like 5, but these couple lashes are starting to really clump together. I think this is my sign that it's time to stop. I didn't know what I wanted to do for my makeup today, so I dipped into this Danessa Myricks. I always say that. So I dipped into this Danessa Myricks Lightwork palette that I got last November, and I decided to dip into a shadow I hadn't used before. I picked up this one that looked reddish. It turns out it's just like a black-based multi-chrome. Not really my vibe, but low stakes. I ran with it. I added a bunch of mattes in, and I figured I would try it with the brown mascara just to see how I felt about it. I have mixed feelings. The pro is that with such a strong, dramatic makeup look, I'm often reminded of me doing makeup a lot of years ago, and like, I like to feel kind of new and fresh with my makeup. So in a way, adding the brown mascara really separates this from dramatic makeup I did in the past. The lashes are kind of like monochromatic with the whole look in a way, or monotonatic, same tone as other things in the look. So it's not like a harsh black being the only thing that's like, you know, really black in my makeup. However, the con is that I think from farther away, it looks like I'm not wearing mascara, which to me makes the whole look feel a little unfinished. So although my first thought was that I was pleasantly surprised, I don't think this is going to be like a new precedent for me. I don't think this is going to be like my new gig for dramatic makeup. I think probably I'll just stay away from shades like this. I just wanted to try it out because I didn't know, and you have to try it to know, but I bet the brown would look pretty with any of like the lighter shades in here. And that's what I tend to go for anyway, so. I used the mascara again today and I'm still feeling like my makeup looks unfinished with the brown color on my lashes. Maybe if the formula was more intense, maybe if it gave me more volume and length, that would compensate for the lighter color. But yeah, even wearing lighter eye makeup, I still feel like I forgot to put on mascara. And that's not what I want out of a $45 mascara. So I added some of my Tower 28 Make Waves mascara, which is one of my regularly used mascaras, on top of the brown on this eye. And I think you can see now what I mean. This eye looks so much more defined with the black than, of course, this eye does, because I don't have the black on this eye. It's possible I would get used to the look of lighter lashes if I kept doing it in the same way that I got used to seeing myself without winged liner at a certain point, but some things just aren't worth pushing through. And I think if I don't like the way my face looks from a distance wearing the brown mascara, that's a pretty good reason not to use it. Here's 2 coats of the Westman Atelier mascara compared to 2 coats of the Tower 28 mascara. I think you can see that in addition to the softer color of the Westman Atelier, it doesn't have the drama, the length, the volume that the Tower 28 one does. The lower lash lines look especially different, and I think that's in part to the fact that the Tower 28 is very easy to get in there and coat the lashes, and the big wand of the Westman Atelier is more difficult to coat small lashes with. So you definitely have already seen a lot of my thoughts throughout those clips, but I'm going to reiterate some of them and give you my pros and cons list, and ultimately if I think this was a good purchase 1 month later. One of the pros of this is nice separated fluffy lashes. I feel like if I didn't have the comparison to how my lashes look with other mascaras, I would feel like this is giving me a nice coat of color. It's separating the lashes. It is oomping them up a little bit. I also think the color is really beautiful. I found with a lot of other brown mascaras, at least ones that I've seen, a lot of them teeter in like black brown territory, and if you don't know you're looking at a brown mascara, you might just think you're looking at a lighter black mascara. I was more intrigued by the idea of something really saying brown, and I think this mascara really does, at least from a close range. I've expressed that from farther away, I think the lashes become less apparent. Part of that could be how I'm used to viewing myself. Part of it could also be the amount of eyeshadow and the intensity of the eyeshadow I like to wear. I can imagine for someone who wears light makeup or very natural makeup, this might be exactly what you're looking for. I think this is like natural lashes, but a lot better. Like a beautiful, rich color, a little bit of fluffiness, enough fluffiness. I've tried other mascaras that I feel like just literally coat your lashes with color. This does more than just coat your lashes, but it doesn't do as much as more intense mascaras that I've tried. Another pro, I'm also generally quite concerned with not damaging my lashes when I'm removing my makeup. That's the reason that I steer clear from waterproof formulas. It is a bit of a trade-off. With waterproof formulas, you're not going to have as much risk of smudging under your eyes. But if I feel like I'm scrubbing when I take off my makeup, I don't like that. I don't want to do that, especially with filming content. Sometimes I'm removing makeup multiple times in a day. So I especially don't want to multiply that risk of damage by 2. In the mascara ranking video that I did last year, I found that my 2 winners, the Thrive Tubing Mascara and the Make Waves Tower 28 Mascara, were both acceptable. They removed easily, but the mascara that removed the most easily was the Urban Decay Wild Lash. I believe that mascara has since been discontinued. When I tried to find it the other day, I only found it in kind of more resell-esque looking spaces. Like I saw it on Amazon, I think. I saw some being sold on Mercari, but it didn't look like Sephora or Ulta or Kohl's or the Urban Decay website is carrying that mascara anymore. And like I said, that one definitely did smudge, but it wasn't horrible. It was like enough of a balance that it was worth it to me. If I knew I was doing my makeup and I was going to remove it, that would be an acceptable compromise to have dramatic dark lashes for a short period of time and then feel like I'm doing no damage when I go to remove it. This mascara reminds me of that one in the way that it removes. I think that mascara was more dramatic than this, but this feels like it comes right off, and this one I haven't experienced any smudging with. I would definitely recommend this to someone who wanted an easy to remove mascara but wasn't concerned with having like the highest level of drama. As for the cons, some of them I already kind of covered. I've found that as much as I was intrigued by the idea of brown mascara, I don't think it's for me. It's something that I could revisit if I start wearing less makeup in the future, or if I want a mascara entirely to look good when I'm this close up. But most of the time I'm more concerned with how I'm going to look at a distance because I'm wearing makeup for real life and I don't love how I look with no mascara on, and I think from a distance this reads as no mascara. See? Another pro is also that it layers extremely well. So if you want a mascara that you can customize between just a coat of color on the lashes and the drama that I got from 5-coat, which I still think isn't that much, but for some people I'm sure is, you have that option. A lot of mascaras tend to clump up or dry after 2 or 3 coats, and it doesn't seem like you really have to worry about it with this one. And even with the most amount of coats on, I still didn't experience any smudging or flaking. I think the thing that might be the biggest con for a lot of people is that it's fragranced. I don't think I've ever encountered a fragranced mascara. I don't really understand it. I don't know if maybe the mascara smelled horrible and then they put in a fragrance to counteract that. It is a nice scent, but like, who wants scented eyelashes? I can certainly smell it when I put it up to my nose, but even at this distance, I can smell it, and I felt like at times my eyes were very slightly reacting to it. It felt like the very beginnings of my eyes being bothered by a fragrance close to them. I don't think of myself as particularly sensitive to fragrances, but I can imagine if you are, I would say definitely 100% steer clear of this. It only lasts during the application process from what I've found, but still, why? And like a minute of having a strong fragrance open around your face does feel like a lot. Keep in mind, I'm saying this as someone who was all about the Too Faced peach scented products at the time. I'm like, cool, peach scent on my eyeshadow when I'm using it. This just feels a little bit more strong, a little bit more like astringent. Is that the right word? Like the peach scent, I never felt like I was on the path to being irritated by it, but this one just like stings in the slightest way that it makes me wary of the scent as a whole. A potential con for some people could be the smallness of the part that you hold. Here's my Thrive mascara, for example, and the part that you hold on to is about double the length as it is for the Westman Atelier. I find that I usually grip my mascara towards the end anyway, but I definitely do take up more of it with my fingers than I'm able to with the Westman Atelier. And I think if you're someone with dexterity issues, someone who has issues gripping on to something small, this could be an issue because there's just so much less to work with. And then the final con, it's gotta be the price. $45 for a mascara is absurd. I did get it during the Sephora sale, so for me it was 30 something. Still absurd. Packaging is important to me. As I mentioned before, it does have beautiful, unique, bold red packaging that I found myself drawn to. And if it was a perfect mascara, I could imagine purchasing it from time to time to have the experience of owning something that I think is so cool and artistic. And I think if you align with all of the pros, if the cons don't really seem like cons to you, it's obviously up to you if you are drawn enough to the packaging and if $45 for a splurge is worth it for you. But I do think if the packaging doesn't like scream out to you, not even call out to you, but scream out to you, there are definitely other mascaras on the market that will give you the look on your eyes without this on your vanity or the money out of your wallet. If you're looking for a brown mascara, it seems like there's more and more popping up on the market. I'm sure more will continue to, but you might be able to get a similar effect with just a single coat of the Tower 28 mascara. If I change my mind in the future and decide that I do want a brown mascara in my arsenal, I probably would opt for that one. If you were interested in the look of this, but in a black mascara, I would say maybe the Rare Beauty mascara would be better for you. All in all, I would say it is a lovely mascara. It's not one of those luxury products that you buy and you're like, this is a total scam that they charge this price for. It is a nice product. It does seem thoughtfully made. I think all in all, after owning this for a month, it's not the right product for me, mostly because of the color, because I've learned throughout this that I'm not a brown mascara girly, but second, mostly from it not being dramatic enough for me. I do, however, love the ease of removal, and I could imagine myself in the future, if I become interested in having a mascara that's less bold than my Tower 28 Make Waves and my Thrive tubing mascara, I could imagine purchasing the black one during a Sephora sale. I don't think I'd buy it full price, but I think if I know that I'm signing up for less dramatic lashes than I wear on a daily basis, it could be something that I get a lot of use out of. That's gonna be everything for today. If you enjoyed this, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I also have a Patreon I'll have linked down below and a fashion channel I'll have linked down below. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.